Indians' attitude towards atheism, or for that matter, any critique of, say, people like Mother Teresa, is almost sacrosanct, and these subjects cannot be touched. But what
Why? I
surprises
mean,
me
why? I
even
mean,
more,
I can't understand.
what
I mean,
surprises
because
me even more is that now there is a Hindu nationalist, quote unquote, government after Narendra Modi took over, whose political agenda is also to stop forced conversions. But even people in the right seem to have a high amount of regard for Mother Teresa. So, in that sense, has our political class completely failed?
I don't know. I don't want to go into the politics, because then, that would maybe conflicted. We might become conflicted about my politics and yours, because that's not something we need to do there. All I can say is the liberals have failed me, and failed my culture, failed my city, and failed themselves, because they are constantly deifying a woman who is ultra right-wing. She's a creature of darkness. She's an obscurantist. She believed probably the earth was flat because it's written. So she probably believed that the earth, the sun moved around the earth, because that's what the Bible implies. Another thing, when I tell liberals, there was a case in San Francisco a few years before Teresa died of a Catholic priest called Maguire. He was accused of multiple pedophilia charges. Yeah. And Teresa wrote a letter of support for him, right, saying that he was passing the indiscretions, he should be condoned. And imagine a Hindu Baba or a Sadhvi doing it. And what would your liberals, they will do song and dance non-stop in the streets. Right. Giving a pedophile priest a certificate that he ought to be condoned. That was what Teresa did. And liberals are quiet about it. Why? Right. And I get abused.
This is something that I was going to bring up next, about her association with many controversial figures in history. One is Malcolm Muggeridge. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. But there was a lot of controversy surrounding that person too.
Well, they are academic. They're not. He was a hypocrite, anti-Semite. He hated Jews. He was very, very, very right-wing. He was very anti-socialist bloc. He was working with the CIA to bring down the socialist bloc, which, some right-wingers in India, they would say that was a fine thing to do. That's fine. But he was a very strongly political figure. He was very anti-Jew, in his writing. And this is a bit complicated, because it's part of European history. It's not totally known in India that the right wing of the Catholic Church, which Teresa belonged to, is very anti-Semitic in theological way. And that's why the Pope Pius XII, the Pope during Hitler's reign, he facilitated a lot of the Holocaust transportation. He kept quiet, and probably he helped. And that wing of the Catholic Church is extremely ultra right wing, and they have strong connections with the mafia, and they run the Vatican Bank called Institute of Religious Works, IOR in English. And when Muggeridge became a Catholic, he was originally a Protestant, but he latterly became a Catholic after meeting Mother Teresa. He was drawn to that wing of the Catholic Church, this ultra right wing. He was a total hypocrite, because he tried to ban condoms for university students, but he had affairs through all his life. I mean, he never stopped having affairs. He lived in Calcutta for a while as assistant editor of the Statesman newspaper. He had affairs with Amrita Shergill. And once he went back to UK, he probably, I don't know, hundreds of women he had. But that's his between him and his wife. But he preached that you shouldn't have anything like that. You should lead a celibate life, etc., etc. And he loved Mother Teresa, and he was the one who made her famous through his contacts in the BBC, because in 1969 he made a film called Something Beautiful for God, which made her took her to world stage, really.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.